I'm Gracyn Thatcher, filming live in Neyland Stadium after the Vols just took down the Tide. Fans have stormed the field, ripped both goalposts down. However, they are not allowed to leave the stadium for fan safety. Fans are now, if you take a look, they are ripping grass up from the field. I mean, what a night to be a volunteer. In Knoxville, I'm Gracyn Thatcher, Vol News.
If you went to the Florida game this weekend, you probably noticed the UT Spirit Squad rocking some new shirts. It's connected to an initiative in the Vol Shop supporting those affected by Hurricane Helene. I'm in Newport, Tennessee, where many homes and local businesses have been devastated due to flooding. We start first with what police are considering an attempted murder here on campus. UT freshman Michael Francis was arrested in the early morning hours on Friday inside Laurel Hall on charges of attempted murder. According to UTPD, Francis tried to stab a male student and cut a female student on the finger. Police say the victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Francis is charged with attempted murder and criminal trespass, appearing in front of the court on Tuesday. We reached out to UTPD for an interview with no response yet, but we've been following this since the beginning and we will continue to bring you updates as they happen. Housing has been a big point of contention at the university over the past couple years. I asked Chancellor Plowman what she's planning on doing to help relieve the stress for both students and parents when it comes to the financial side of things. Those little white fuzzies that you've been swatting away, well, those are bugs. A 63-year-old tradition making its annual comeback this weekend.
They steal stuff from us, we steal stuff from them.
It began in 1961 after Alabama had been on a consistent losing streak. Their head trainer bet the team that if they beat Tennessee, he'd buy them all cigars.
I think he just continued to buy the players cigars for the Tennessee game. And then fans started seeing the players smoking it, and then on and on and on.
It's the third Saturday in October, the Tennessee versus Alabama rivalry.
If you ask anybody here, they're going to tell you it's the most important game of the season, just because it's the third Saturday in October.
While the teams started playing each other in 1901, the tradition came years later.
It was my whole time in the cigar business, only once.
In the past 20 years, the Vols have only lit their cigars 3 times.
The fans knew we were going to win. That's why they came out the way they did.
The most memorable when fans rushed the field 2 years ago.
It was just a mad rush to the field. I got thrown over the wall onto the field. I think I twisted my ankle a little bit.
I look back at 22 and we actually doubled our sales. Literally doubled our sales.
In 2022, Smokey sold the cigar that Coach Heupel smoked.
It was actually the Oliva V. Miliano Torpedo.
Smokey's watched to see what cigars were among the winners in 2022, making sure they were an option for fans when purchasing.
Coach Heupel, the cigar he smoked, the cigar Peyton smoked, the cigar Jalen Hyatt smoked.
All among the list of options this week. But the question remains, who will be lighting their cigars this weekend? In Knoxville, I'm Gracyn Thatcher, Vol News. While several direct flights from Florida airports have been canceled, that hasn't stopped fans from finding their way to Knoxville. With the rivalry dating back to 1916, this will be the 55th game between the Vols and the Gators.
Big SEC rival game, looking forward to it. Sets it up for the Alabama game next week.
Florida fans are making sure they can be there for the game.
It feels a little bit like homecoming, you know? It's always fun to see people who share that kind of community outside of Florida.
This is the first matchup between the teams after both states have faced tragedy. Many in East Tennessee are cleaning up from Hurricane Helene, and now in Florida, many are seeing the damage after Hurricane Milton. Some homes destroyed and streets flooded.
I think it might have some extra importance because I think Florida needs a little bit of something to cheer for right now, so I think the game could be something that would really give them a rallying cry.
Some fans chose to come to Knoxville early. One man lives in the Tampa area and flew into town Monday night ahead of Milton.
Felt a lot better being here than riding out the storm, even though lots of people stayed. I just felt more comfortable getting out of the way.
But a hurricane won't stop the third Saturday in September.
I think it'll be a lot of Florida fans here,
cheering on their favorite teams.
I think anytime you can find a way to bring people together when you might otherwise be struggling is important.
In Knoxville, I'm Gracyn Thatcher, WVLT News.